Welcome back to the channel. This is Bloopers and Outtakes from year one. So, in celebration of my 1 year anniversary, I thought it might be fun to do an outtakes and bloopers video. So, you'll have to be the judge of whether or not it is indeed fun. But I give it a shot. And this will be the one and only time I do this kind of video, because from now on, if I have a cool outtake, I'm just going to tack it at the end. I've been doing that lately. Tack it at the end of the video where it happened, instead of compiling them and doing a video. So yeah, this will be a one time only thing. So here it goes. It's not a lot, so it's not going to be long. So I got these kind of grouped up. So maybe some cursing. So viewer discretion advised, I guess. You don't let your kids watch me, do you? Maybe you do. Maybe you're like, don't be like this guy. And you let him make your kids watch me. Don't end up like this guy. So I better get started. I'm rambling. Yeah, this first, I'm just going to knock out 3 real quick. 3 in a row. Sometimes I can't speak. So here's 3 clips of me just getting tongue-tied. Because right now, I was focusing on vinyl. What the fuck? I was focused on vinyl when I started doing these videos. I focused on vinyl when I first started doing videos. Now, this was a demo, This is a demo, originally released in 1994. Next up, how about some black metal? We got Dark Funeral, where start over. Next, sometimes I get confused. So yeah, I'll play this next one. Yeah, I'll do these one at a time. This one, my notes are just handwritten gibberish. So yeah, I'm winging this more or less. This whole video is going to be a blooper, I think. Yeah, sometimes I get confused. Watch this clip. They're black metal, but they're quite popular. Why did I get confused all of a sudden? I got confused. Great album. This next clip, I got confused because I almost called something a record, but it's a digital only release, and I just could not, what do I call this thing? All I could think of is it's record, Anyway, watch this one. First up is the pick of the week, the only death metal record, not a record, what do you call it? It's digital. Fuck. So, first up, the only death metal, we'll call it fuck. Fuck. Shit. So, first up is Blood Curdling, Boiling Sewage Fetish. Next up, now I feel like I'm Russian. I was too rambly at the beginning, now I'm Russian. But I'm not Russian, I'm rushing. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. I should probably just start over. No, I'm not going to start. It's a bloopers video. You get what you get. I'm going to one take this one. Sometimes I forget things. So yeah, this first one, I just forgot a name, and I didn't write it down because I didn't need to write it down because I knew the guy's name. So yeah, check this out. So I might as well show you this. This is Cape of Bats. This is the guitarist of Devil Master's side project, one of his side projects. Uh, what the hell's his name? I forgot his name. Fuck. What's his name? Fuck. Francis. His name's Francis. So, let me just. So, next up, this one, I really did forget something. I was listening to a record, which was the last thing on my list I was going to talk about. And when I came downstairs to do the video, well, watch. Last up. Oh shit, I didn't bring it. Still on my record player. Fuck. This one, we'll call this one Sometimes I Smoke Too Much. So I'll give you some background with this one. This was from, I believe, December. And it's the one where I went on this long, and I haven't watched it recently. I might be embarrassed by it. But I watched it 3-4 times before I uploaded it. I was okay with it at the time. But it's the whole Satanic War Master episode. I shot this video where I was recommending, the latest Satanic War Master album. And I felt the need to go on this long rant about, the whole, separating the art from the artist, and maybe, yeah, he wrote a song about, the whole spiel. Yeah, he wrote a song about Hitler, and you're not allowed to listen to him now. So what happens, I filmed that video. I have a grow tent because I grow vegetables in my basement. But I have a grow tent right over here. And I just started to grow, tomatoes, I think, or whatever. And it was the fan was too loud in the background. I filmed this whole hour-long video, or 45-minute. It was long, right? And I couldn't use it because of the fan noise was so annoying in the background. And I did a test video beforehand, and you couldn't hear the fan at all. And then the real video, you could hear it loud and clear. So I shot this whole video, and I'm always drinking. And between I don't smoke on camera because you get age restricted, and your videos get age restricted. And I don't even like talking about it because I don't know how much you can talk about, and then they'll age restrict you, because it's not legal everywhere. Legal where I live, Yeah, I forgot so I shot this video while drinking and smoking, had to reshoot it, which gave me an opportunity to smoke again and drink some more. So this was the most wasted I've ever been shooting a video, because I had to reshoot the whole thing. It was late at night and I could barely keep my eyes. Anyway, this is a blooper from that video. That extreme. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they're doing seven, what is it? The Kevin Bacon bullshit. What the fuck is it? 7 what? Fuck. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Seven degrees, right? They're doing this like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon bullshit. So yeah, that video got 2 thumbs down, you know. So yeah, we won't talk about that. We won't forget that I mentioned Satanic War Master. You know, yeah, my Battle Vest video, I pulled out a patch, Satanic War Master patch. I was like, oh great, now I'm going to get a thumbs down. Right out of the gate, boom, thumbs down. So yeah, you just mentioned, you know, one of those kind of bands, and then people come out of the woodwork to give you a thumbs down, you know. So yeah, and I mentioned it unnecessarily in this one. So yeah. Anyway, now I got to see where I'm at. I'm talking, and yeah, outtakes. Here's a few outtakes, not bloopers. This first one, I just cut it out, and I knew, you know, I say it, you'll see, you know, I knew it wouldn't end up in the video, but I just went ahead. So yeah, check this one out. I mean, this is where I just name off the songs because they're classic. Room Service, classic song. Two Timer, Gene Simmons song. Ladies in Waiting, I'm gonna cut this out. Getaway, you know. Rock Bottom, right? Come On and Love Me. Come on and love me. Anything for my baby. She. Love Her All I Can. And of course, Rock and Roll All Night. Classic Kiss album. Kind of a precursor to my karaoke, you know. Come on and love me. Thinking about doing Beth next time there's karaoke. But that's for another time. Paul Stanley. Oh, this was just, I did like more than one take. And in the take that I used, I forgot to mention this. So yeah, this I just wanted you to see. Got some good Paul Stanley stage banter. I wrote a couple of them down. When it comes to shooting, we ain't gonna miss. Love Gun. That's a good one. And then this is a good one or a bad one. How many girls we got tonight that are 16? Before Christine 16, obviously. So yeah, some good Paul Stanley stage banter. And the last clip I've got, I went on a rant, not a rant, you know, I ramble and just let my mind, you know, it's the tomatoes, you know. Tomatoes do that to me. Just let my mind go and jibber jabber. And one video I was jibber jabbering, and I started telling stories about going to the Chiller Theater convention back in the late 90s. And Will Raymer from Mortician was always, not always, but several shows I went to, he was there just attending the convention. He wasn't a guest. He was just there attending the convention, you know, like I was. And yeah, so I told a story and I thought it was a cool story. So yeah. Will from Mortician would go to the Chiller Theater convention back in the day. And I was always a little bit too nervous to approach Will because he never smiled, you know, that I saw. You know, every time I saw him in a convention, he's like, you know, their serious face, you know. So he was a little bit intimidating. I'll be honest, you know, Will from Mortician. Love Mortician, you know. In hindsight, I wish I'd have said, hey. So yeah, that's it. That's it for the Bloopers and Outtakes video. Maybe it was funny, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's as funny as my fuck-ups get, I guess. Yeah. I'm just going to wrap up, and maybe I'll see you again tomorrow. That's the plan. But we'll see. Maybe a story time tomorrow. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. All right. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed. I'd appreciate that. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. This is going to be a pain to edit because I got to cut all this up and drop the clips in, and the volume's different because they're from all different periods of, I used to wear a little microphone, and I started out, I didn't have a microphone at all, and the sound level, it's going to be a pain in the ass, and guaranteed to get a thumbs down just for mentioning Satanic Warmaster. So, yeah, anyway, that's it. That's for my 1 year anniversary celebration blooper video, which, like I said earlier, is probably a whole blooper itself, because this, I actually did a take of this, a few days ago, and didn't turn out good. Like, I started out good and I ran out of steam, So yeah, it didn't happen this time. I'm having been listening. Here's something. I'm just going to talk and see where it goes. So, I can't remember. Did I mention? Sometimes I do takes that I don't use, and I can't remember if I've told you this, but I'm just going to say it again. So, getting ready, not getting ready. So, I'm putting together a playlist because I'm going to St. Louis in November to see Metallica with my nephew. And I thought it would be cool because he knows, he's a fan of the Black Album, right? And he's not real familiar with thrash. He has heard Metallica's earlier albums. He's familiar with that, but he's not a thrash guy. So outside of Metallica, he doesn't really know thrash. So I thought I'd put together like a history of thrash metal playlist for our ride to St. Louis. Now, it's like a hour 45 minute to 2 hour drive to St. Louis. And I'm going to jibber jabber in between songs. So it's not going to be a super long playlist. But I want to start off with the big four, and then maybe some German thrash, little crossover, and just, some good stuff, and a lot of this, he was born in 86, so some of this is from before he was born, so I'm like teaching him something here. It's going to be a lesson. Like, he's going to regret, saying he'd go to Metallica with me, probably, What's probably going to end up happening is the playlist is going to be so long, once we get there, we'll have to sit in the parking lot for an hour to let it finish, before we can go into the show. I could skip the opening bands, I'll sit in the parking lot and listen to my history of thrash metal playlist. Do a live video from the parking lot. How about that? I'll live stream from the parking lot of Metallica. See what happens. The point I was going to make. So I go back, and of course, I've listened to Metallica's early stuff recently. I bought everything on vinyl in the last year. I've listened to early Anthrax because I bought their first album in this last year. Who else? Slayer, obviously. I got all their stuff. Not all their stuff, but the first three. First three? Yeah, first three. Megadeth is where there's kind of a blind spot, because here's the truth with Megadeth. My recollection was I loved the first album, loved the second album even more. Third album, right? So far, so good, so what? Didn't like it from day one. Listened to it, bought it on tape, but have vivid memory of buying it on tape for some reason. There's certain releases you just have very vivid memories, like I remember we bought it at Record Bar. I bought it at Record Bar at the mall. We stopped at McDonald's in Murdale and ate, because we brought our tapes in and we opened them up and we were reading the lyrics and stuff while we were eating our cheeseburgers, I have this vivid memory of that. And I just remember not liking that album. So yeah, I bailed on Megadeth early, I know some of you love, like, the next album, was it? And I listened to that in the last few years. I streamed it. And yeah, I didn't listen to all of it, you know. So here, point I was trying to make is I went back and re-listened because I'm trying to pick out like a song. You know, like I said, it can't be a huge playlist. I got like maybe an hour, 20 minutes to play with. I don't want to just pile the same band over and over. I want to get as many bands as possible. So I'm trying to choose a Megadeth song. And I still haven't made up my mind, and it's a lot harder than I expected because I went back and re-listened to the first album, and it's like, yeah, I'm not digging this as much as I remember, you know. And I remember just loving Peace Sells, you know. And I started listening to that, and I'm like, yeah, it's decent, you know. But yeah, I still haven't decided on like a Megadeth song for my playlist, you know, to give. I want to just give my nephew you know, it's going to be hard picking like one Slayer song, you know. Like with Slayer, I need to do like one per album kind of thing. Maybe. I don't know, you know. You know, point I was going to make is I made a crack in an early video about Anthrax that if the big four wasn't those four, it would be Anthrax that would get kicked out and replaced. I think I'm going to take that back and say it would be Megadeth that gets kicked out and replaced with like Testament and or Exodus or whatever, you know. Yeah, that's just my thoughts, you know. Maybe, I don't know, something about Dave lately rubs me the wrong way, you know. Just seems, and, you know, maybe I'm biased, you know, because I told that story about meeting Dave, and he was kind of a dick, you know. And I said it didn't scar me or nothing, but maybe it kind of just left a bad taste in my mouth about Dave, you know. I don't know. Dave rubs me the wrong way, you know. And he's still whining about Metallica. Is he everything? I see that on Facebook. Of course, with Facebook, it's like you wake up and it's like, what's Facebook going to decide to show me today, you know? And it's like they show you such bullshit sometimes, you know. I don't know. This could be like an hour-long Facebook rant. But yeah, maybe I should just shut up. Yeah, I think this video went fine. And then I don't know what I'm ranting about Facebook. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna wrap up. Anyway,